Well, good morning, good evening, everyone, team. So let me start the session for today. So parallelly, other people can join. I have enabled the auto join option. Okay, fine. So I'm keeping everyone in the mute team. If you have any concerns, you can unmute yourself and we can have the questions team. So in the yesterday session, whatever the demo we have in the yesterday, we were talking about these areas. I mean, we have seen introduction to ERP, and the fusion applications evaluation overview we have seen, like in which year Oracle introduced this product in the market, and since then how the application got evolved from release 1 to release 13. And then we spoke about the cloud deployment options. I mean, whatever the deployment options we have, like on premises and the cloud deployment options, whatever we have in the application, we spoke about that team. And then we have seen the types of companies involved in this particular product, something like who is service provider, who is the client or the customer, or who are the consulting companies, what will be their role, and where we are going to work in which companies. That all we have seen in the area of types of companies team, right? And then we have discussed about the cloud upgradation policy. I mean, Oracle Fusion applications upgradation policy. As I told you, Oracle will follow the approach of quarterly upgradation policy. Every year, 4 times, they are going to provide upgradation to their application team. And every time, or what is the pattern of upgradation quarterly, how they are designating that quarter, like A, B, C, D, and how the version sequence is getting updated, right? I have explained you this one. And every time, whenever the new upgrade is coming in the application, where we have to get the release notes that is providing by Oracle, like whatever the new features coming in the system, where we have to go and where we have to find. That all I have explained you at the end of the session yesterday, team. And then we have also discussion on the functional and the technical side of the application. What are all the functional modules that we have in this particular HCM cloud applications, and what are all the technical sides of the application we have discussed. And out of that, what we are going to provide as part of this course curriculum, I have explained you team. And then we have seen what are all the offerings that we are going to provide as part of this training, and the timings of this batch, everything we have discussed it team. So let me take up one component that which I missed in yesterday's demo team, that is Oracle certification process. So as I was telling you yesterday, some of you, when they are reaching to me for the course inquiry or whatever it is, they were asking me, what about the certification process in Oracle Fusion HCM cloud application? First of all, do we have a common certification that Oracle is providing for the entire suite of HCM, or how? What is the way that Oracle is providing the certification? And the next question is, does the certification mandatory to take? Without having a certification, can't I start my career in this particular technology? Okay. So let me explain you that process of certification we have in the Oracle HCM cloud applications team. So Oracle is not providing the certification as a whole for the entire HCM suite team. I mean, you don't have any certification as a whole product. Like you don't have Oracle Fusion HCM certification team. Module wise, Oracle providing the certification. Like core HR, we have a core HR certification exam. Then absence module, we have absence certification exam. Then payroll, we have payroll. Then talent, compensation, benefits, OTL, ORC, OLC. Like that, module wise, we have the certifications available in this product team. So we have the examination names like this. If at all I want to do my certification for my core HR or my global HR module team, the examination name will be Oracle Cloud Global Human Resource, okay, implementation specialist. The examination name is like this, implementation specialist. Okay, and there will be an examination code for this team, that is something called IZO 1046/2022. As we are in 2022, the latest paper is IZO, okay, 1046/2022. This is for core HR. If you want to do a certification in absences, then we have a certification exam like Oracle Cloud Absence Management, okay, Absence Management Implementation Specialist. The examination name for the absence module is this one. And we have something like the examination code is 1056/22. Like that, we have examination code. What is the pattern of examination? How I can appear for examination, and what will be the cost for that particular certification team? Directly, Oracle will not conduct the examination for the Oracle certification team. Oracle partnered with a company called VU Pearson. This is the examination conducting partner for Oracle. So earlier, prior to COVID team, like before 2020 or 2019, in all the major cities, we used to have these examination centers available team, like in Hyderabad, Chennai, Bangalore, Noida, Delhi. In all these areas, we used to have the examination centers. We used to go there, we used to book the exam, and we used to write from their office premises team. But post-COVID, Oracle giving us the opportunity to write the exam remotely. Means you can sit in your home, apply the examination, whatever the module you want to write, and you can write the examination team. There is a website here. If you go and search in the internet team with VU Pearson, okay. If you search with VU Pearson, okay, you will get this particular link, home.personvu.com. So once you go to this website, you can go and search with your examination code, whatever the module you want to write for, and you can book the slot, whatever the time that is convenient to you. How the examination pattern will be? Is it something practically we have to perform some tasks in the system? Nothing like that team. It is a 1 hour 30 minutes duration examination team, and total questions will be 75 to 90 questions will be there in each module examination team, and they will be in the form of choose the correct answers. Okay, choose the correct answers means multiple options team. I mean, question will be there, then A, B, C, D, you will be having the options over there. So 75 to 90 questions will be there in each paper team, and it will be in the form of choose the correct answers, question, and 4 options over there. You have to select. Negative marking is also their team, and the pass percentage is 75%. Then and there, you will be getting the result team. And the examination cost for each module, if you want to write, the examination cost that Oracle will be collecting will be 17,000 plus taxes team. 17,000 plus taxes. This is what the examination fees that Oracle charging for each module. If you go to VU Pearson site and book your slot for any of the module, then this is what the amount you have to pay. And it is a non-refundable amount. If you write the exam, you failed the exam, then that's it. You will be losing that examination applying amount, whatever it is team. Now the question is it mandatory to write the exam or in order to have the certification? Absolutely no. In Oracle Fusion Applications team, one who want to start the career in this, certification is not a mandatory in the learning phase team. People already having some existing ERP experiences and they are planning to migrate, then there will be some weightage to their resume. Or within the company, once you got selected, you got mapped to the project. When you're switching from project to project, some of the clients will ask certified implementation specialists only we require for our project. At that point of time, it will play a role. If you are certified implementation specialist, then our team will project you as a certified consultant where you can be getting into that particular project. But as an entry phase, if you want to get a job in this technology, it is not mandatory team. So people who are freshers and who are planning to, not even freshers, even having 4 years or 5 years experience in other domains and planning to move to this technology, this is not at all required team. I'm talking only from the point of people having 10 plus years of experience already into some other existing ERPs and planning to migrate. For them, it will play a vital role in their resume to enhance the profile team. So this is what the certification process that we have in the HCM cloud application. And if you are working in any existing IT company's team, you can check with your project managers. Usually companies will give the coupon codes. I mean, company will bear the cost of the examinations team. You can go and check with your managers, any of that possibility is there, and you can appear and you can clear team. So this is about the certification process we have in Oracle Fusion applications. So what we are going to help you here, team, we will be providing you with the dumps. Dumps means what? I'm telling, right? The examination questions will be 75 to 90 questions. So we will be having the readily available question and answers for that examination team. So if anyone want to really apply for certification and want to write the exam, you can reach out to us. We can provide you with the dumps. 90% of the questions remain same team. 10 questions will be varies here and there that we have to sensibly answer with the training that we are going to provide you. Without the help of dumps also, once you complete the training, you can able to clear the certification with the knowledge that you are going to get, right? So this is about the concept of certification ideally there in Fusion system team. So don't be in the impression that I will have the certification for entire product. No, entire application, there is no certification. Each module, payroll certification, talent, then compensation, then OTL, like that we have to do, right? Next, in today's session team, a part of this certification, I'm going to introduce to you the concept of Fusion environment team. Like whenever a customer buy the product, here I was telling, right? This is the client or the customer, client buying the product from Oracle. So basically how the product will be delivered team, in which form the product will be delivered to the customer. As we know that the Fusion applications are purely on a cloud-based technology, right team? So how it will be delivered? This is how the product looks like. See, a URL will be delivered team. Whenever a customer buy the license from Oracle, the product will be delivered with this URL and the user ID and password. So this URL, we can call it in different names. We will call it as environment. Okay, we will call it as environment, or we can call it as instance, or we can call it as server. Okay, or we can call it as POD, platform on demand. Multiple names usually we will call team. In the real-time experience, when you start working in the project, people will be calling the product with different names. Sometimes they will call it as environment. Sometimes they will call it as instance or server or pod, or you can call it just as a URL. In a regular layman terminology, if you can speak, you can also even call it as a URL team. Multiple names is there, but the product will be delivered in the form of this URL team. Once you go and once you copy paste that URL in any of the search engines that we have, either Google or Firefox or Internet Explorer, anything, just pass that particular URL and click on enter. See, the screen is loading, and this is the page that you will land upon team. Sign in Oracle Applications Cloud. And here I'm having user ID and password options to give. So this is my user ID team, HCM_IMPL. Already that credentials are saved in my browser. So that's why they are coming by default. So once you pass your credentials here team, once you click on sign in, you will be able to log in into the application. No need to install anywhere. No need to maintain anything team. Just you will able to log in into the application if you have a good connection of internet in your place. Okay. So once I give my user credentials here, team, if I click on sign in, I will be landing up. But here, before we signing in, team, there is some option to choose. What is that, team? English is coming. If I select this one, I could able to see different languages. What is this meaning? Oracle applications are multi-language supported application, team. Let's suppose one of the customer in China, they are buying this product, team. Basically, Chinese people will use their own localized language for every of their regular day-to-day things. They will use their own language, team. So they are expecting the application to use in their own Chinese language. How in that case? Or let's say even in our mobiles also, we have different language options. By default, it will be English. If you want to switch to your own mother language, you can able to switch, right? So the application language you can give here before signing in. If at all, if you require the application in your own language, team. So whatever the list of languages you are seeing, currently Oracle supporting these many languages like Arabic, German, Greek, Spanish, Finnish, Canadian French, simplified Chinese, Japanese. These are all the languages that Oracle currently support. By default, English will be their, team. So once you click on sign in, you will able to log in into the application, team. See, let me click on home. Once you click on that user ID password and you click on sign in, team, you will be landing upon this particular screen. So this is the home screen of the application, team. Good evening, and this is my user, correct? HCM_IMPL, right, team? This is my user. So this is how we will be accessible to the application, team. But before getting into the intro of the application, team, I want to explain you some other basic understanding of the application which we need from the point of business, how the product is getting delivered to customer, team. Right. I'm telling it is a cloud-based application. The product is delivering in the form of this URL, right, team? And how many names that usually people call this one? We can call it as environment, we can call it as instance, server, POD, or URL. Okay. So basically, team, how Oracle will sell the licenses, Oracle will sell the subscription or the licenses based on number of users, team. Now, Tata Group want to implement the product or they want to buy the product from Oracle. So they reached Oracle Corporation for buying the product. How they will get the product delivered? What will be the mode of delivery, team? On what basis the subscription fee will be levied on the customer? On the basis of number of users that company is buying. Let's say in Tata Group, let's say 5,000 users are there. Means for 5,000 employees, we will be requiring the application usability is there. Depending upon that number of users, the licensing will be their, team. So the costings and all that we don't require to understand because that is part of sales and pre-sales things. We were part of the implementation thing, so we don't need all those things, team. But ideally, whenever a product is delivered, team, when a customer buy the license from Oracle, we will be getting two instances, two environments, team. One is production environment. Okay. One is production environment and the other one is, team, test environment, team. One will be production environment, okay, and the other one will be test environment, team. So when a customer buy the license from Oracle, the application will be deliverable in these two ways. One second, team. Yes, Hari, you have any questions, please?
Hi, sir. Myself, Hari from Bangalore.
Yeah.
Another basic concept of the HCM. And from last 2.5 years, I'm working in Infosys as a functional consultant into finance.
Okay.
So now I want to shuffle from the finance to HCM. So can you suggest any things?
We will discuss that, Hari. I mean, at the end of the session, I will talk with you that one. Okay. Let me complete the session.
Because I have a client call at 8:45. That's why I'm asking you.
No problem. You can drop your details because that is something which one-to-one understanding should be there. You can drop your details in the chat box here. Our team will collect and I will call you back.
Okay. May I know your name, please?
My name is Kumar.
Yeah. Okay, Kumar. Thank you.
Yeah, sure, Hari. Yeah. So team, whenever a customer buy the license from Oracle team, two environments will be delivered to the customer. One is production environment and the other is test environment team. So how it looks, the difference between the two URLs team. Let's suppose if it is a production environment team, it looks like this. Basically, this dev will not be there here. Okay, it looks like this. And if it's a test environment team, after these 4 characters, ESLL, okay, we have something called, ESLL/test dot like this. Okay, this is production environment team and this is test environment. For the same product, one test environment also Oracle will deliver team whenever a customer buying the license. So 2 environments will be delivered to customer. Why, you can ask me. I will tell you team. But before that, one thing everyone should understand is whatever the 4 characters that you are seeing team, see, it is starting with FA/ESLL, correct? So every product of the client, I mean customer to customer, the product will be differed with this 4 characters team. So this is one of the product. I will show you another product team. See here. What is this URL having? Something called EDRX. Correct? This is having something called EDRX. This is one product. Let's say I will show you one more team. This is EKMK. So I'm showing you 3 different products of 3 different customers team. This is having ESLL and this is having EDRX and this is having EKMK, right? So customer to customer, when Oracle selling the product, in the URL, these 4 characters will be deferred team. This is EKMK, this is EDRX and this is ESLL. And that 4 characters in the URL, we will call it as pod number, POD number team, platform on demand number. So for every client, when Oracle selling the product, that 4 characters will be deferred for each customer team. So whenever you working in the projects team, sometimes you will be getting an opportunity to work for multiple projects. You will be part of 2 or 3 projects. So how you will understand which client's environment is which one, which URL is part of which clients? By looking at that 4 characters, you have to identify which client's product is that one team. That is one thing everyone should know. And what is this production environment and test environment team? Say production environment is the actual real-time environment which client will be using in their day-to-day activities team. Whatever the actual environment that client will be using for their day-to-day business transactions. This is the real environment team. Then what is test environment team? Whenever we go for an implementation team. Now Tata Group purchased the license from Oracle and Tata given the project to Deloitte team. So we are part of the Deloitte company working as a consultants. Now, whenever we got a project from Tata, so first of all, we will work on this test environment team. This is the environment which will be used for the configurations. Okay, configurations or the setups. Okay, during the time of implementation team. First, we will be configuring all the setups or the configurations of all modules in the test environment team. Once the development is completed here, the configurations and all completed here, and client tested everything and they have given sign off to this one. Then we will migrate this to production. We will never touch the production team. Usually this is the end users who will be using the application. Production application is what team? End users will be using the application. Mean client side people, they are going to use. This is the actual application team. But for this production environment, Oracle will also provide one test environment team. So all our implementation related setups or the configurations, first we will set up in this test environment team. Once we test everything, all the configurations are configured properly. Client also tested our implementations, what we did in the system, and client given the sign off. Then that will be moved to production, and the production application will be handed over to the customer team. So these are the two environments every customer will get when they buy the license from Oracle team. On top of the test environment team, sometimes customers require some additional environments also team, something called dev environments. Something called dev environments. What is that one team? Dev environment is what team? See, testing environment is for what? For all the configurations or the setups that we have to perform, we are using the test environment team. Or any testings that you want to do in the system, that also you can perform here team. What is this dev environments team? There are certain customizations what our customer is expecting team. Lots of customizations our customer is having. Some integrations they want to test, something like that. So along with these two teams, they can pay additional amount to Oracle, and they can also get the dev environment team. And the dev environment looks like this. Just ESLL/dev dot like this. So the URL to URL, the difference you have to understand. This is production team, and this is test team, and this is dev environment team. But by default, whenever a customer buying the license from Oracle team, production and test will be given in that subscription fees or the license what they are paying team. If customer want dev environment team, additionally they have to pay for this one, and they have to take from Oracle. So this environment can be used for additional developments or customizations they want to test, and all they can do that in the dev environment team. So typically, when you enter into the job, when you go into the project, you will be hearing these words team: production environment, test environment, development environment, like that. So these are the things that one should aware before we starting the configurations in the system team. So production is the actual real-time application which client will be using in their day-to-day business transactions. Test environment will be used during the time of implementation for all the setups and the configurations that the implementation team will be doing team. And dev environment is there in order to perform several customizations and testing out the things, whatever the client expecting team. So ultimately, whatever we do in these two environments as a final solution, once we came team, everything we will migrate to production, and we will hand over this to the client. So client will start using this applications team in their day-to-day activities team. These are the actual environments which a customer will get when they buy the license from Oracle. But a part of that team in the market, you will be listening about something called vision instances. What are those team? What is a vision instance team? Vision instance means what team? Oracle giving these products for the training purposes team. So ideally, we also have, this is a vision instance only. Whatever you see at the end, oracledemos.com, if you see team, something like SaaS FA demo and demos.com. If you see like this team, they are the vision instances team. Means Oracle gives the training instances in the market, but it's not open for everyone team. Whoever the companies that are partnered with Oracle, basically Oracle Platinum partnered companies, Oracle Silver partnered companies, or Gold partner companies will be there. For them or for their internal employees to train on this application, basically the vision demo instances will be provided to you. These are the instances which is open in the market team. So whenever you are going to practice also, we will be providing the vision instances, and also we have the stable environments also team, the private server also, we are going to provide that as well too. But just this is to make you understand team. If somewhere, if you hear the word vision instance or demo instance, the meaning is they are the training instances which offering by Oracle in the market, but it is not open to everyone to purchase or buy team. Somewhere or the other from the companies, we will be getting these accesses and we will be using for the training team. Okay, so these are the different types of instances or the environments the customer will get when they buy the license from Oracle team. So what is a production environment, what is a test environment, and what is a dev environment, we understood team. The difference you have to notice like this. Production will be only with that 4 characters. Test environment means that 4 pod number / test. Dev environment looks like that 4 characters of pod number / dev. That is dev environment team. Okay. So eventually when you get into the project, you will come and you will have an understanding about all these things team. Okay. And also we are going to have a workshop on the implementation methodology, where we are going to introduce to you the concepts of Oracle unified methodology, all these things. At that point of time, we are going to see a very detailed discussion on all these environments. Like when a customer buy, what is the charge that customer have to pay for Oracle per user, what is the price, and what is production environment, and what is test, what is dev, where we are going to work, what kind of things we have to perform in implementation project. That all we will see in our coming sessions eventually when we are talking about the implementation project details team. Okay. Now let me go to the application and let me give you an overview of the application team. So once we log in into the system, we will land upon this particular screen. This is the home screen of the application team. And here you could able to see some sections available, something called next generation apps, something called sales, service, me, my team, my client groups, benefits. When I select my cursor on particular section, under that I could able to see certain options coming. See, under my client groups, I have something called hiring, journeys, new person, person management. If I keep my cursor on my team, then I have a couple of options coming under my team. If I keep my cursor on this me section, I could able to see a couple of actions. What are all these things, team? Whatever that you are seeing, team, this entire area in the Fusion system on the home screen, this one team, whatever I highlighted, these entire sections, what you are seeing, that is called as springboard in the system. What is that, team? This is called as springboard in the system. Springboard. And whatever the sections that you are seeing here, team, like me, my team, my client group, benefits, or risk management, knowledge, help desk. If I click on the right side arrow here, team, further more sections will come. See, this each and every section, whatever you are seeing here, team, that sections are called as functional areas in the system. This entire area, we will call it as springboard. And within the springboard, each section, we will call it as functional area. My client groups is one functional area. Then my team is one functional area. Me is one functional area. Service is one functional area. Right, team? And under each functional area, whatever the options that you are able to see, something called apps are there. Under my client groups, I have hiring, journeys, new person, person management. These each options, what you are seeing under functional area, team, we will call them as sub-functional areas. My client group is a functional area. Hiring is sub-functional area under that. Journeys is sub-functional area under that. New person is one sub-functional area under that. Once I click on any of the sub-functional areas, team, I will be able to see certain tasks that which I can perform in the system. Let's suppose, team, I am on my client groups and I will click on this new person sub-functional area, team. See now, if I click on new person, my screen is loading and I landed upon the new person screen, right? And here, see team, what do you want to do or manage? And search for tasks. I'm having certain tasks coming up here, see team. New person dashboard, hire an employee, add a contingent worker, add a pending worker, add a non-worker, right? So what is that team? You have to understand here. In the home screen, we will have the springboard. In the springboard, we have the functional areas. Under functional areas, we have sub-functional areas. Under sub-functional areas, our tasks or the setups will be residing. Now, there is something called absences. So if I go to absences team, I landed up on absence administration, and I could able to see several tasks which I can perform in the system. So ultimately, our tasks will be residing under our sub-functional areas in the system team, right? And you could able to see something here called quick actions. What is this quick actions team? See, basically, when I come to my client group and when I click on new person, I could able to see certain tasks which are under new person team. Same goes with another area also. If I come to my client group and if I go to compensation, I could able to see the setups or the tasks available under compensation. Let's suppose team, I want to pick up one task here called individual compensation plan. This is one task in the compensation sub-functional area team. But I don't know exactly where that particular task reside in this particular sub-functional areas, under goals or under compensation, under new person. I don't know where it will be. So these quick actions are going to help me team. How you know? Whatever the tasks that are residing under this particular functional area and the associated sub-functional areas. If I go to quick actions, I can see them openly here, team. See, if I go to new person, I can find these things: hire an employee, add a contingent worker, add a pending worker, add a non-worker. But see, team, they can be able to see from here also directly. My client groups in quick actions, see, hire an employee, add a contingent worker, add a pending worker, add a non-worker, pending worker. Whatever the setups or the tasks that will reside in these sub-functional areas are quickly accessible from quick actions team. They can be quickly accessible from the quick actions team. The same task, I can go to new person and then click on hire an employee and I can perform that. Or directly, if I click on this hire an employee also, I can perform nothing, but they are quick views. Whatever the setups residing under these functional areas, you can see them openly under quick actions team. Scroll down, you click on show more in the quick action section. See, I have new person functional area, right team? Under my client groups, whatever I have under new person, that all I can see here. And under employment, whatever I have, I can see the task here. Under compensation, whatever the setups or the tasks I have, I can see here. See, everything I can able to see. So quick actions are something where you can find every setup or the task residing under your sub-functional area in the system openly like this team. See, then hiring, learning, then time. Every sub-functional area under my client groups, you can see that particular section here and associated setups under that, whatever we have. Then talent, under talent, whatever we have, everything. Then absences, under absences, whatever we have, everything. Then benefits, everything you can able to see in the quick actions team. So it's up to you. You want to get into the functional area and pick up the task, or go to quick actions, find out the task from there. Anyway, you can perform the task team. But they are quickly accessible setups which are residing under each of these functional areas team, right? So this is what springboard in the system. Whatever the functional areas that you are seeing in the horizontal way, horizontal means flat. See, next gen, sale, service, me, my team, horizontally they are aligned here in the springboard, right? Many things I could able to see. All these functional areas team, you can also see here. At the top left corner, you can see 3 lines here, team. If I keep my cursor on that, about that, I can see what is the team? That is navigator. That is navigator. If I click on navigator team, a bar from left to right will open. See, I'm clicking on navigator and see team, next gen apps, sales, service, me, my team, my client groups team, so on, till configuration and others. See team, till configuration and others. Whatever the functional areas I can see in my Springboard, under that, whatever the sub-functional areas I can see in my Springboard, I can also see them or access them from the navigator also. See, so my client groups is there here in Springboard. Here also I have, under my client groups, I have all these things. If I expand this team, if I click on this arrow, whatever the sub-functional areas under that my client groups I have. See, new person, journeys, person spotlight, absence. See, person spotlight, journeys, new person, person management. All these things I can also get accessible from here. So if I click on new person here, then I will land up on same screen. See, so whatever we can see on the Springboard, the functional areas and the sub-functional areas under them, you can also access them from the navigator also team. Either way around, you can find out the things that are available in the system. So this is Springboard and this is navigator team. We can customize this Springboard. I should not use the word customize. In fact, we can personalize the Springboard. What team? See, under my client groups, I could able to see these all options currently. Hiring, journeys, new person. My client is telling, Kumar, can you please hide this hiring from the my client groups? I don't want to show this option to my employees. Can you please hide it? As a basic personalization team, we can switch off and switch on the functionalities also in the Springboard. How you know? You be on the any functional area, you be on the service, me, my team, anything. Scroll down. At the bottom, you have plus icon team. If I keep my cursor on that plus icon, what it is telling team? Personalize Springboard. I can do some basic personalization team. See, let me click on that plus icon team. I can see all the apps available in the instance. Means whatever the functional areas, under that, whatever are there. See, under sales, I have these many sub-functional areas. Under service, I have these many. Under me, I have these many. Under my team, I have these 3. Then under my client groups, I have these things. Like that, every functional area and under that, whatever are there, I can see everything here, team. So I can come here and I'm going to my client groups and I'm switching off hiring and journeys. See, both these sub-functional areas I disabled from my client groups, unchecked these 2. Now let me go to save and close. And now check it out, team. Now check it out, team. Under my client groups, they are hidden out. See, hiring and journeys. Where are they? They are not able to see here. They got hidden out. So this basic level personalization you can do. But if you want to do some complex level customization, something like you want to change the picture on this one, or you want to permanently hide this one from the system, or you want to rename this one, person management, I don't want like this, I want something like employee management. So you want to rearrange a new person from my client groups to my team. You want to shift the things from one window to another window. That can be performed through our sandbox team. I told, right? We have a concept in place called sandbox. The customization and personalization can be done. Through this one, you can achieve that customization team. But that we are going to see anyhow in our sandbox session when we are discussing about the topic team. But basic level, hiding and unhiding can be performed from this personalized Springboard option team. Now, if I come back and if I enable them, they can come back and you can see it over there. Now click on save and close. Now see team, they came back, hiring and journeys. Like that, you can also personalize your Springboard team. But further, permanently removing them and all, you can restrict via roles. We have the concept of roles in the system team. I mean the access to the employee. Currently, I logged in with my user called HCM_IMPL. I could able to see several functional areas team, risk management, knowledge, help desk, even this contract management. See, receivables, general accounting, intercom. These are not HCM. These are financials related things. But even then, I could able to access. Why? Because that is purely on the concept of roles team that I'm going to talk, or I'm going to start from tomorrow, the topic of security, so that you will understand that team. Next to what we can see team under Springboard, if I scroll my cursor down team, if I scroll down, what I can see there is something called things to finish. What is that? Assigned to me, created by me, and you have no open notifications. What is this one team? Basically, we were talking about yesterday a concept called workflows and approvals in the system. Means what team? Usually every transaction that is being performed in the system team, you can set the approval flow for that one. Example team, in absence module you take, one of the employees submitted the leave request team. It will be coming to his manager. Now let's suppose I'm that manager team. I have 10 subordinates in my team, and one of my employee submitted the leave. As a manager, I received the approval team. I have to take an appropriate action. I can either find it in the bell icon notifications, or else here also I can find things to finish. Means whatever the approvals that are assigned to me as a manager on which I have to take the action. But currently it's a fresh environment team. I'm not having assigned with any approvals. That's why it is looking blank. But ideally, you can see that notifications. I will try to show in some other environment if it is working. Means let me check it out. Let me check it out. I mean, this particular section, how it looks like. Let me try to. Okay, if I scroll down, okay. It looks like this team. Things to finish. If any approvals that are coming to me that I can approve or reject. As a manager, I can even see those things like this team. Okay, see approve, reject options, right? So that is a section that is things to finish. And then team, we have a section available called news and announcements. What is that team? So basically, in the organization, if anything as a news or announcement you want to provide to your employees, let's say in the month of December, we are going to provide bonus as part of the company performance is very well. So we are going to perform the bonus. As a message you want to give to all your employees team. So this news and announcement section, you can publish the articles here team. So every employee, when they log in team, that can be shown to them here in the news and announcement section, whatever the news that company publishing, that they can have access here team. So these things we can see on the home screen team. And here we have something called a search option team. This is a global search area. If you keep the cursor on this, the search area will become shown. See, now it got opened up. If I keep somewhere else, it will be hiding out team. So this is a global search area. We will call it team. Any employees in the system, if you want to search, or any tasks you want to perform, you can search here team. Let's say I want to search for an existing employee records team. See, I searched with Curtis. So the people related to this combination will come. As an admin, I can get into that and I can perform whatever I want. So this is a global search area team basically. And then this is home icon. Like you be on the any screen. You be on the any screen. Let's suppose I'm performing a task called hire an employee team. So I landed upon hire an employee task. Now I don't want to proceed further. I want to come back to the main home screen team. Like in every mobile, that how the home button is there team. In the Fusion application also team, we have the home button team. This is home. If I click on home, see my screen is loading. I will land back to my main home screen team. Okay, click on yes and see team. So that is home button. You be on the any screen. If you want to come back to the main home screen, then that is home button. And then team, we have something here called favorites and recent items. What is this favorites and recent items team? See, in our Google search area also, we have something called a bookmarking option available. Whatever the most frequently used URLs, we can bookmark, right? Every time we don't need to search for them. Directly, if you can come to your bookmark list, you can preferably go to that particular URL and you can start working. Similarly, within the application team, whatever your most used setups every day, tasks every day you will perform, you can mark them as your favorites team. Let's suppose team, if I come to my client group, new person, every day, my most used setups are new person team. Let's suppose I'm a HR in the organization. Every day I have to recruit the employees in the system. So for hiring the employees, I have to go to my client group, new person, hire an employee. This is the most used task in every day of my life. So you be on the screen first of all. What is the most used thing that you are? Then click on favorites. Okay. And you click on add to favorite team. Click on add to favorite team. So that is new person. And you can create your own custom folder team. Click on new folder and I'm writing like my daily tasks or my daily routine, something like that folder name of my understanding I'm writing to. Click on save and this new person screen will be saved in this particular folder, save and close. Now you click on home team. Now I came back to the main home screen. Rather than going to this, if I go to my favorites, I can see my favorites, see the folder which I created, my daily task. If I come, the new person is coming up here. Directly, I can click on this team. See, my screen is loading. I landed upon that particular new person tab. So whatever your favorite tasks that you want to list them as a favorite team, you can make use of this favorites option team. Add all the setups in your custom folder that you created. So rather than searching for the tasks, directly you can come, go to favorites and pick up your task, what you will perform daily. And we have something called a recent items team. So my search history, I can see here. The recent screens that I navigated in the system, I can see here. See, so just now I came to new person before that. That is the one. Then hire an employee, compensation, absence administration. The recent items that what I have performed, that I can see in the recent items team. So favorites and recent items we have in this star. And we have something called watch list team. So this is not an explicit concept of HCM. It is part of supply chain and financials team. We don't need to bother much about this. We can ignore this one. No need to understand. And we have something here called a bell icon team. What is this team? As I am telling team, the approvals concept. As a manager, if I receive any approval in the system that is waiting for my approval to take action team, this is a notifications bell icon team. If I click on this one, all my notifications I can see, but it's a brand new user in the application. So far, nothing assigned. When we come to the concept of workflows and approvals, I will show you the practical live case study by performing the transaction team so that you will understand how the approvals will come and sit here. Anything is there in this instance like this team. This is a user, already existing user in this environment team. It looks like this. If a user goes to bell icon like this, whatever the approvals waiting for him, approve, reject, and he or she can see the detail of that particular approval. What is that about? Everything we can see in the bell icon team. And then we have something here called settings and actions button team. If I click on this one, this is settings and action team. Now, if I want to sign out from my user, then I can click on sign out team. See, if I click on sign out, I logged off from my application. Now, again, if I want to get into that, I have to give my user ID and password team. The sign out option will be available in the right side, settings and action here team. Okay. Okay. And then team, in the settings and action, we have something called personalizations team, like accessibility settings, set preferences like that. So if I go to accessibility settings team, these are basic options team. Even in our mobile settings also, if you go to developer options, you can see the accessibility mode, color contrast mode, like how the application view you want, the screen reader mode, default mode, the color contrast of the application, it is high or standard. You can test it out team. It's a very basic cosmetic level functionalities only. That is accessibility settings. And then we have something called a set preferences team. If you go to set preferences, you have something called general preferences, financials cloud, service, knowledge, sales cloud, like that. So till password, we can talk about team. From here to proxies, watch list, and these things, they are not part of our HCM team. This is part of CRM, and this is part of financials. This is part of again sales. Okay, and here we can see team in the general preferences, the regional level settings we can set up team. Something like if I go to regional, like the country information of my application, date format, time format, okay, number format, currency, time zone. These are all things we can set up here in the general preferences team. So usually in regular implementation team, we won't give access to these things to the end users team, because if you change these things, there will be a lot of impact team. So if I give number format of whatever I required here in the front end, particularly in the payroll module, when we performing the transactions in payroll, let's say I'm capturing the salary amount of my employee in the amount field, whatever the format is there in the system, that format it will take, like 10,000, 0.00, or after 0.2 numbers I'm giving, like that. So these things, ideally, we will not touch regularly team. They are one-time configurations in the system. We should not touch more frequently these things team. And then we can set up the language also here. Just give me 1 second team. We can set up the language option also in the system team. Just give me 1 second team. Just I think someone reaching on the chat. Okay. So we can also set up the language option here team. What is that team? By default, the application is in English language. If you want to switch the language, you can also have the option from here. While logging in, you have the option to select. But at that point, you have not selected. Now you want to change. See team, now I'm changing it to finish. Default, current session, display name, everything you have to change it to your language, what you want, and save and close. Now see team, the application is loading. And now if you observe the application language, switch it to finish team. See, application language, switch it to finish. Is it in English now? No. Everything you could able to see in finish. So like that, you can also change the language of the application team. But this is not for all the users, okay? This is for your login only. If I am changing it, it's not impacting the entire system. People who are using the application, for all people, it won't change. Only to my login. These are my personal preferences, not the entire people using the application, okay? If I want to put it back, I can change it back to American English. I'm changing it. Okay, save and close. So as I told you, Oracle application supports the multi-legislation language also. Multi-language support is their team. If you want, you can also put that language. And accessibility settings, already we have seen here. Whatever is there here, that is also performed from here. And we have password team. So as a user, if you want to reset your password to your user ID, then you can pass your current password, new password, confirm password, and save and close. So these things we can discuss as part of the initial intro team. This administration, setup and maintenance, this is our FSM task team. These all things you will be coming to know in our next coming sessions team, because these are advanced things which will be on the topic wise we have to understand team. And about this application, if you want to check as a user, you can click on about this application and you can see what is the release version of this application here team. So currently the application is release 13.22D. Yesterday I have shown you this one already, right? So this is what about the basic intro of the application team. Okay. So I will conclude the session here for today, team. In tomorrow's session, we are going to start with the topic of security administration in the system, team. So we are done with our demos by today, team. From tomorrow, the regular sessions we are going to start, and we will be starting with the topic of security administration, team. In every implementation, whenever you go into the project and whenever we are starting the implementation of the project to the client, the first and the foremost thing that we should be aware of is the security administration. Why? Because security administration in the Fusion application will be dealing with the user account creations team. Now, as a team, we got a project team, correct? Now, let's suppose Tata Group given the project to Deloitte. We are working in this organization as an implementation consultants team. Now, we have to get access to the Tata's product, what they buy from Oracle. So our team should require access to the application. Means what? Our team should get the user accounts created in the system. So every one of us, if we have the user accounts created team, then we can start the setups or the configurations in the system, right? So first we will see the topic of security in the Fusion system team, how to create the user account and how the access in the Fusion application is being provisioned. As I told you, with a concept of RBAC. What is RBAC? What is a role concept in Fusion system? How to assign to the employee and how the access is provisioning. That all we will take up in tomorrow's session, team. So whoever not contacted me, please contact on this number, team. I'm just posting it in the chat. Okay, you can take the number and you can contact team. And whoever already contacted me, you can confirm your enrollments team with the payments so that we can give you the new meeting ID for tomorrow's session, team. So yesterday and today we planned demos. From tomorrow, the regular sessions are going to start. Whoever confirmed the enrollment, we will be sharing the new meeting ID to them. And also the access will be provided to them. What access, team? Access to the videos, like the user credentials to our website. As I told you, everyone will be getting access to the website team. You can go to your login and you can start accessing the daily sessions team. So yesterday's session, today's session, I will be sharing in the WhatsApp, but starting from tomorrow team, only the enrolled participants will be getting the recordings also. So the video access and the instance access for practicing and all these materials and the assignments of each and every modules, all these things will be delivered for the enrolled participants team. So please confirm your enrollment to get the new meeting ID for the tomorrow session. So tomorrow also same time, but the meeting link will be given for the enrolled participants differently, team. Okay. So any questions as such in today's topic, online people? Can we get a job in client company as well? So Burka, as per your question, can we get a job in the client company? You might get, if let's suppose the client using the product, client also will have their internal IT team. So at times you might also get a job posting in the end user organizations also in their IT team. But there also you will be working as a consultant only, but only for that company, for that client product only. But whereas if you work in the IT companies, what happens? You will be having a lot of exposure. You will be working on different projects with different clients. You will be coming across different requirement understandings. From the point of knowledge or the growth also, it will be good rather than selecting a end user company. If you work on the IT companies or a consulting companies, it will be good. Yeah, you can have my number here, team. Or if you want to share your details, you can also share your details in the chat. Our team will collect the details, team. Your WhatsApp number and email ID, if we can provide, it will be fair enough to get in touch with you, team. So any questions apart of these two?
Mr. Kumar, why are we leaving OTL, ORC, OLC?
That much of curriculum I cannot cover in 80 hours. So whatever we can cover in these 80 hours of curriculum, we are providing.
So if we finish this one, then we can go for this also.
No, the program is maximum 2.5 months only. That is what our curriculum basically. See, we cannot offer everything in that particular curriculum or the price, right? Have certain limitations on that. So if you want, I can provide some video support on this, not an issue. I might not cover it live, but any outsourced videos I have, I will provide it to you, not an issue.
Sure.
Yeah. And what is the question? I can see. How would you differentiate HR and HCM? What is the question exactly, worker? I mean, what is your point of question? Differentiate HR and Oracle HCM means?